Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I think as I listen to the discussions from my colleagues, we are discussing as if it's just bare facts. What we are discussing is crimes that have been committed by the former Deputy President. His crimes are offenses that are set out in the National Cohesion and Integration Commission Act. And we even have past history where people have made utterances that were assumed to have been wrong and they were not even guilty, yet they were arrested. So my issue here is, I'm also calling upon the chairperson of NCIC, Reverend Kobia. Reverend Kobia must act and not allow people to get over it. Because if we remember, prior to the 2022 elections, I remember 300 police officers were sent to Uasin County to arrest Honorable Oscar Sudi for making remarks that were not even hitting to the threshold of the National Commission and Integration Act. It was the same Reverend Kobia. We expect him to act. Similarly, we remember that Honorable Linturi again made some remarks, and he was picked at night. Yes, he mentioned that word in Uasin Gishu, and he was picked swiftly by the police and ferried to Nairobi at night for arrest. The same thing happened to Oscar Sudi. Why is it that the former Deputy President has not been arrested? In fact, this House must hold the National Cohesion and Integration Commission to account, because they cannot have double standards when it comes to deal with people. You need to read the National Cohesion and Integration Act. And therefore, that is what we must say. And we, again, speaking as Member of Parliament for Uasin Gishu County, which bore the brunt of the post-election violence, we cannot allow anyone to mention that again. We made peace. The pastors and the old men had a meeting in Korusoi. That matter was settled, and we promised ourselves that we shall never mention it again. So on behalf of the people of Uasin Gishu County, we are very offended by the remarks of the former Deputy President. Because, in fact, statements have been issued by members of Uasin Gishu County where they said, we are not going to allow you to take us there. So such a person is not a leader, he's a criminal, and we should be discussing how we should have him arrested and charged for those crimes, contrary to the NCIC Act. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Oundo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, it is important for us as a country to accept the truth, reality, and live the talk. Honorable Speaker, democracy is a process. Democracy is not an event. Honorable Speaker, an election is not conducted on the day of the election. It is a process. Honorable Speaker, many of us were here in 1992 when there were clashes after elections. Many of us were here in 2007, 2008 when the clashes happened. Honorable Speaker, and all those times, Honorable Speaker, they arose because our members were dissatisfied with the process leading to the final outcome. Honorable Speaker, I will be reluctant to bash anybody who raises a red flag. Honorable Speaker, a forewarned is a foreprepared. It is very insensitive for anybody in this country to believe that anybody who raises anything that could make better the management of the next election becomes a point to bash left, right, and center. Honorable Speaker, the danger we make in this country is to kill the messenger, hoping the message will go away. It is important we must listen. Even if the devil is talking to us, Honorable Speaker, allow the Kenyans to listen. There are obviously grievances. In the last election, 2022, the charade that was Cherera for, I don't know, this category, is a matter, Honorable Speaker, should never be allowed to repeat in a decent and democratic country like Kenya. Honorable Speaker, therefore, as we debate here today, as we waste very important hours of parliament, that could have debated more important things, more important matters, talking about somebody who is a political non-entity, as the guys on the other side are talking about.
Let's listen to the point of order by... Yes, Honorable.
Honorable Speaker, I've been listening to a very eloquent and seasoned speaker in this House, Honorable Undo. Please relax. I'm a very senior person
Gongoyo, it's not
and
your
I have
place
more
to do my
experience than
job.
you in this House. Please chill. And he has mentioned to Kenyans that even when the devil is talking to you, you need to allow your family, children, and people to listen to the devil. I want to actually ask Honorable Undo to withdraw that, because the devil is never good for your family, Honorable, neither your siblings and Kenyans. And if the devil is trying to talk to us, we must rebuke it in the spirit and using the name of Jesus Christ, that the devil must be rebuked out. Honorable Speaker, may he apologize because he's a Christian.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Allow me to let me continue and answer my in-law later as I conclude. Honorable Speaker, we must learn from history. Henry Kissinger said, a nation and its leaders that does not learn from history is in danger of spiraling into anarchy. Honorable Speaker, it will be unfair. It will be like putting an ostrich hiding its head in the sand, believing that what happened in 2007, 2008 cannot happen in this country, Honorable Speaker. We are misleading ourselves. We are lying to ourselves. Let us not kill the message. Let's not kill the messenger, hoping the message will go away. Let's prepare for the next elections properly, adequately, and sufficiently to avoid any point anybody anywhere will feel that the election have not been held in a fair, transparent, and verifiable manner. The election, the appointment of managers of election, Kivuitu said he did not know who won the election. We went into war. If Baba Raila Amolo Odinga did not restrain himself in 2022, when the Cherera said four said this was not an election properly done, we would have done into abyss. I beseech you, I beseech the country, please remember the message, regard the messenger. You have already killed the messenger. I'm so surprised that men are running helter-scared of one single man who has got no vote, who has nothing. Men, style up. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The Honorable Nyikar is left. The Honorable Irene Mayaka.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable